We're in Mooresville, North Carolina, where we're going to visit a hardware store that's over 100 years old, I think 1897. Turner and Company. I'm sorry?
You'll see stuff in here you never saw or you hadn't saw in a long time.
Yeah.
There's some old stuff in there. Especially
Yeah.
if you go up there.
And we're not talking about Jack either.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about him too.
What did I do wrong?
He told me there was some old stuff in here.
That you
Yeah.
hadn't saw in a long
And I ain't the
time.
only one.
You're not alone, huh?
I see more people's old. I just had a bunch left here about 5 minutes ago, all of them's old.
Yeah.
Well, if I live to December, I'll be 80, let's put it that way.
That's pretty good.
And I'm still working every day but Sunday. I won't work on Sunday.
Yeah. Those are coal buckets, for those of you who've never seen them before. We're now going to be entering the Blue Ridge Parkway. About halfway along its length of over 400 miles. And we just came into the state of Virginia from the south. No trucks are allowed, no commercial vehicles. And it's primarily just a scenic route. You're not going to make a lot of speed on it, but it's very scenic. Now this is an overlook from the parkway, and I've seen this happen before, and I often wonder what's going on. They've deliberately set up this overlook here, a place you can pull over and park and take your time and take a look. Then they allow the trees to grow up in front of it. Now it's not like there's a shortage of trees around here, so I don't understand. Now it's long and narrow. Here we have an example where a farmer is farming right up next to it. There are many entrances or crossings here. This appears to be a private one, or I guess a small country road. Now in every case, I'm not required to stop. In other words, the traffic on the parkway does not stop. The traffic going the other direction has to yield to the traffic on the parkway. So you can make the 400-some mile run without ever stopping. Sometimes, of course, there's overpasses, which will allow everyone to continue on their way. Sometimes the crossings are purely private, in effect a driveway, as it crosses the property and then goes onto the landowner's property on the other side. more convenience than anything else, so that the landowner doesn't have to drive on the parkway, which may be inconvenient, the entrances and exits. No facilities on the parkway. There's a few attractions, an old grist mill, that sort of thing. But nothing, no McDonald's, no gas stations, that sort of thing. Although you have to get off the parkway to go to these sort of facilities, they're often quite close by. You won't have to travel very far. Uh-oh. Can you see those black marks on the ground underneath the truck? I believe that's my transmission fluid. Looks like it blew a seal. I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, on my way to a museum, and I just passed by this very impressive church. I think what struck me most about it was the color. I've never seen a church that color before. Usually they're much more bland. I'm going to visit the Winston Link Museum. He documented the end of the steam engine era in the United States, just as it was starting to fade out. This is a steam locomotive, a model obviously. It weighs about 1,500 pounds, but it works exactly the way a steam automotive locomotive would work. It's a 2-12-4 type engine, which means it has 2 smaller steering wheels in the front, 12 power wheels, and 4 smaller wheels in the back trailing. Runs on coal. And the brakes work, everything works on it, just like a real train. Huge flash bulb. Boy, that's a big machine. We're on Mill Mountain, where there's an overlook the city. According to the guidebook, the mountain is in the middle of the city. It's 1,000 feet above the city, it says.
Is it 581 over there? Is that what that road is? Goes to there?
You know, I'm from Los Angeles, so I don't know.
Really? Wow. Huh?
Today it will be the Taubman Museum of Art. Laminated wood. Look at the detail on this face. Audrey illustrated her own books, and this is a display of those illustrations. Just for one book. Hmm. I often wonder what direction art would have gone without religion playing a part. This is Apollo. I've forgotten, is that Roman or Greek? I think Greek.